Oh, ow. Right, so I'm here, I'm in Australia. That's where we left off last month. I'm gonna not lie to you. This month's edit was so daunting after how perfectly the narrative worked out last month. I kid you not, every event of last month happened like that. So it made editing this mess of a month very weird. It was good messy though, just way messier than I'm used to. I was thrown into the world of auditions and interviews for university. I found out that Trump had been elected. I met up with old friends, I danced, I triumphed in some areas and made big mistakes in others. But for the most part, I just breathed and lived through November. That's sometimes all I need to do. So, are we ready for the 11th month of this series? Yes. Okay. This is November. She asked me, son, when I grow old, will you buy me a house with me? And when your father turns to stone. Hello! I had to film that.
I'm totally
No. Is that what you've got to say?
No.
It was literally a month ago that I surprised Stella, Keely and Jaydan, and today we're surprising Stella again.
For her birthday.
For her birthday. I'm an awful person. I think we've decided that
you're the problem.
I'm the problem here.
Sorry, Stella. It's always
Tomorrow I go into the city and I audition for the National Institute of the Dramatic Arts, NIDA, which is a drama school. I have had a few comments as to why am I auditioning for a drama school? I'm going into film. This has been my dilemma for the last 15 years. When I was 3 years old, I was in the car with my mum and I said to her, Mum, I want to be on the screen. And Mum said, all right. So we got an agent eventually, and a year later, I was in the film Ned Kelly with Heath Ledger and Orlando Bloom.
Win the law.
Jesus, they've arrested Ma. They've taken her to the cells and charged her with attempted murder.
Ever since then, I have been performing. I have been in commercials and short films. I've never not been performing. And then when I was probably about 12, I realised that there was that world behind the camera. I was always the child that when I got a DVD, I was just as excited to watch the behind the scenes footage as I was to watch the actual film, and that's always been in me, but I didn't realise that I wanted to be doing something behind the scenes until I was 12, which I joined a community short film project and I was the boom operator, and that was the year that I realised that there was a world behind the camera which I was so very interested in. Basically, to be completely transparent at this time, I have applied for film schools. In 20 days I have an interview for my dream film school, so that's in the works. This month I'm going to show you along the way. I might not get recalled, I might not get anywhere with this, but I think it's worth showing you the process. I've always given you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the way that I get there, so I'm not going to hide what I'm doing. I'm going to go rehearse. To whom should I complain? Did I tell this? Who would believe me? Oh, perilous mouths that bear in them one and the self-same tongue, either of condemnation or reproof, bidding the law make curtsy to their will, hooking both right and wrong to the appetite, to follow as it draws. Hey, Erika does some acting, woo! That felt weird. I talk in front of the camera a lot, but I'm not really ever not myself. Fingers crossed tomorrow goes well. Don't hold your breath. Less than 1% get in. Just don't. What will be will be. Okay, I need to stop. I need to get back inside. The kookaburras are going a bit nuts. Today was just a ball of emotions, then I'd be understating it. I'm going to start with the bad news. Donald Trump is now the President of the United States. But the good news today is that I got a callback for NIDA. There were only 4 of us in today's audition group that got recalled, and I was one of them. And I could not be more proud and happy of myself in this situation, because it was 4 hours of watching some incredible actors up there, and I'm just very honoured to be one of the people coming back to do a full day of workshops for the second round of auditions. Hang in there, America. Hang in there, the world. Do you want to say hi to Cramps, by the way? You're being filmed.
Are you on there? Hello, Cramp. I saw a great dog today. I took a photo of it.
Ella is the type of person that whenever we were out, she would stop me, grab me by the arm and say, "Dog," whenever we saw a dog. Isn't that right, Ella? One of the first Twitter interactions we had was you couldn't get to sleep, so I sent you a gif of Boo from Monsters Inc. I'll put it here. This one. That one. And then you came back with, we had not really spoken in person yet, and you just came back with, I typed Boo into Google Images and a dog came up, and you were just ecstatic and just sent me photos and photos of puppies, and thus our friendship began. Yowen's kitten, Yowen's blooming kitten, breaks my heart whenever I see it. It's the most adorable thing. I'm catching you up on what's happening with the friends. Yowen found a kitten in a bush. Now he owns the world's cutest kitten. Yowen, I'm gonna ask Yowen to give me some footage and I'll put it here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this kitten. Look at it. Look at it. Do you realise that you've made it into Cramps for 2 months in a row now without actually being in the same country as me?
Because you love me that much. I'm very proud of myself, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm terrified. I'm usually very good with nerves, but there's a big pit in my stomach. I don't think it's quite sunk in yet, but someone just got shortlisted at NIDA! I've been put on the list of 45 to 60 people who in December will get a call as to whether they're going to get in or not. So that's Australia-wide. What is happening? I don't... So, to move away from NIDA and acting school, I have to prepare for my film school interview. I've got to pitch them 2 film ideas and I've got to give them 7 minutes of film work. And my pitches, I ran with one of my pitches to the point I now have a full concept for it. So I'm very excited to pitch that. Basically, I was really finding it difficult to pick what to give them as my samples of film work. And I really, really love what I did with An Ode to You, because it means a lot to me. But as a standalone piece, it doesn't have enough of a narrative to give to a film school. So what I've decided to do is take An Ode to You and build on it and turn it into a fictitious story. Keely is coming up to the great mountain that I live on to come help film, because I've realised that I can't pull focus and be in the shot at the same time.
Oh, that was nice. I was really comfy actually.
Pick the shortest person to film from high, to get my head in the shot.
Yeah, that's how I react when I stub my toe.
I go. Done? Yeah. You Hi, Cramps.
Go again? Yeah.
Oh look! I literally grabbed the mosquito. Hey Keely, I'm gonna go again. It's the 4th try of this, ready? Keely, what is it?
It's a burrito.
It's a wrap! Thanks for coming.
I'll miss you.
I miss you too.
Just kidding, it was like 5 years I've had practice.
Let's find the ball. Go! We're getting old, but you know how to play ball! Go! Beautiful! Thank you.
Thanks, slobbery ball. Ready? Where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? It's gonna go that way.
Behind me. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go outside. No. It's 30 degrees. Let's go outside to do this vlog. I'm actually having a bit of a time at the moment. Not in a negative way, I think in quite a positive way, that I'm battling with, do I go to school to become an actor or do I go to school to become a filmmaker? At first, at least. And I haven't gotten in anywhere yet, but I think it's a consideration I've had to start thinking about. Funnily enough, I tweeted something a little while ago and Keely brought it up to me the other day, and I basically said, I personally feel that I am less of an actor if I go into filmmaking and less of a filmmaker if I go into acting. It's kind of the gist of it. And this is not true in the slightest. You can be both. It's a weird paradox in my head right now, and I don't know, I think it's the way that my brain is working around each of these subjects. This series has taught me so much about my own life. This series has taught me that your life isn't written. Things happen completely out of the blue, and that is totally fine. I'm gonna go back inside. I feel like I'm burning already. I am burning. I've just finished my film school interview, and I think my final verdict of that is I gave that interview absolutely everything that I had. I went in with the complete attitude of I'm just gonna give it the best shot I can give. I pitched them my films, I gave them the film that I made. I think I was my best self, and if I don't get in, oh well, at least I know that I felt happy with how that went, and now my fate has been given to the university gods. After my interview, I was meant to catch up with a bunch of people, they were all busy, but I went to see Arrival, Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner. It was brilliant. I can honestly say I've not been that enthralled by a film in a very long time. Don't watch the trailers, don't read anything online, go in with no knowledge of it. I would thoroughly recommend seeing Arrival. I smell an Oscar nomination or two. So today was good. I feel like I can relax now. It's been a whole month of auditions and interviews and bits and bobs. What will be, won't it? I'm really content. I'm in a really good mood. Oh. It's my favourite day of springtime right now. It's Bonfire Day. Sad how much I like fire. I think I'm a pyromaniac. I like fire a lot. That was quick. Oh, you put lights on it. Mr. Snail, or Mrs. Snail, I don't know what you are. My grandfather just told me these are the edible kind. Don't want to eat it, thanks. No, I've had snails before, sorry. I don't want to eat it again. So you're safe with me. I'm gonna go put you somewhere away from the whopping great fire. When I was in the 9th grade, so when I was 14, Stella came to China. So it's been this big thing that, you know, I'd come back and we'd spend lots of time together. Lo and behold, haven't spent any time with Stella. We've just not had any time to hang out one-on-one, which I think we really need, is to catch up with one of my best friends. A proper one-on-one girls' night. I don't know face like I did. What are we doing next?
Cocktails?
Don't tell me, tell them.
Cocktails.
I saw the fallen white doors, and oh, I stumbled to and get it wrong. When it's said and gone, I away with.
We're trying to go see a film, and it's on in 8 minutes. We're not close yet, though. We're gonna be late.
Yeah, we're gonna be late.
What did you think of the film? What do we see first of all?
Hell or High Water. I'll give it a 4.
Really? That's quite high.
3.5. 3.5.
Wow.
3.5 stars.
I was going to go with a 2.5 to 3.
Whoa, that's a bit low.
Well, because the story was really lacking. It was just a bit dull. I was impressed with the soundtrack. It's like,
See, I didn't pay too much attention to the soundtrack.
I was like jamming out to a bit like a casino scene. I was like, yes!
Yeah.
Oh.